Jump into our next protocol. It's FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. And like you would expect, it's used for storing files on a server and being able to access them remotely. So let's take a look at what that actually means. We've got our machine. Check our IP address. We are 192.213.157.2. So let's ping 192.213.157.3. And it's up. Let's run an Nmap scan. And we get back port 21, and it says service is FTP. So let's hone in and do a operating system scan and a services scan on port 21. Port 21 is the default FTP port. You could configure it to be anywhere. Normally keep it where it's at. It's running Pro FTPD 1.3.5. And it was able to fingerprint and say that it's Linux. 2.6 is its best guess. And that's fine. We can live with that. It's probably some version of Linux. So from there, we could try some things. If we do FTP, which will just run the host software on our computer to reach out, we can put in the server, and it asks for a name. We can go with nothing, try anonymous, and nothing for the password. It said login failed. So we'll just say bye. Let's try to figure out what some usernames and passwords would be. We're going to use Hydra. Hydra is a brute forcing program that we have, or that we can get. So with Hydra, you do TAC L for your logins, uppercase if you want to do a list, and we do the user share metasploit framework data word lists common users.txt. Whew. You'll get familiar with all your word lists. They're all in user share. Tab completion is also your friend. If you hit tab twice, it'll show you more information. So like, I want data, word lists, and then Unix passwords. And then we tell it the IP address that we're attacking and the service, FTP. That's it. Hydra, capital L, the login word list, capital P, the password word list, our IP, and FTP. And we'll let it go. And that went pretty fast. The login sysadmin has a password of 654321. And what it's doing is it's trying a username, and then it tries passwords. It tries all the passwords for that username, and then it'll try the next username. It'll try all those passwords. So it worked. We got quite a list. We would want to write all these down and save them, because now what we can do is FTP. Let's just hit up a few times. Sysadmin and 654321. And it says we're logged in. We can do an ls. You can run help if you want to know all the commands. But ls shows you the list, and there's secret.txt, so we can get secret.txt txt, and it says it sent it. So then we can say goodbye. We look in ours and we have secret.txt. And it's that code right there. Another way we can go about this is using an Nmap brute forcer. So what we'll do is we know sysadmin was in there. Let's put it in this little single word list called users. I catted out and it's there. Okay. Let's go back to our Nmap scan. And what we can do is script, and we'll do the FTP brute with script args. UserDB equals root users. We'll do port 21 on that machine, and let's see what the Nmap FTP brute forcer script returns for us using that username of sysadmin. And it came back that sysadmin 654321 were valid credentials. Fairly straight. We're in our VM. Let's check our IP address with an IPA. Our address is 192.13.191.2, so our victim is going to be the .3. We'll make sure that it's up with a ping 192.13.191.3. We're getting good replies, so it is up. Let's scan it. And we've got port 21 open. We can add in a port 21 services scan. And it's VS FTPD, which doesn't much matter. The last one was Pro FTPD. And we'll get into what all these versions mean later. But for now, we just know that it's running that software. What we really want to find out is if there's a vulnerability in this one. And FTP anon is fairly common. Anonymous login. We tried looking for it in the last one. So we'll look here, and it says anonymous FTP login is allowed. And it even says that they have read access and some execute access to this pub. So then let's check it out. FTP, the IP address, .3. And how you get in is anonymous. And then hit enter when it asks for the password. And it says login successful. We can run an ls. And this script that we ran before, all it did was log in, try anonymous, and then run an ls and see what happened. And report back. So now we've done all those things ourselves. Anonymous login works. We could get flag. It sent it across. Say bye to FTP. Cat the flag. And it worked. That's really all there is to that one.